What's up, family? I'm so delighted to have an opportunity to be able to share with you. Welcome to my office. It is my hope that we want to be able to put together content for people who might be busy, who might want to hear a little bit more on some of the things that we've been talking about on Sundays, as well as to things that are mission critical for who we are as a church. This year, in our deeper theme, we're hoping that we'll be able to explore depth and diversity in our relationships, as well as in our relationship with God and our purpose for God. Specifically, over the next few years here at Divine Unity Community Church, you're going to hear us talk about being incarnational missionaries, influential disciples, and innovative reconcilers. These are mission critical for us. And these are not simply programs, but it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of a revived life active to glorify God. When we say we want to see revived lives active to glorify God, we believe that those are three identifiers: incarnational missionaries, influential disciples, and innovative reconcilers. I recall again in Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 through 38, where Jesus, he looks upon the multitude of people he has been healing, people he's been teaching, and he says the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And too many times we have people who are on the fence with their faith and on the bench in their faith. On the fence, they're like, I'm not sure if I'm going to believe yet or not. Because it takes faith to believe in Jesus as Savior. Then we got a lot of people who are on the bench. They are Christians. They might read their Bible regularly. They might do some other religious things, but they're not actively sharing the good news with anybody. And so we believe that the church is not supposed to be filled with members as much as filled with missionaries who are committed to a local body of believers and to impact their community, their city, their region, country, and then to the world. As Jesus says, when we receive the Spirit, we shall receive power to be His witnesses. And so this is what it looks like for us as Divine Unity Community Church, to be incarnational missionaries, influential disciples, and innovative reconcilers. In this specific video, I want to focus on what it means to be an incarnational missionary. The definition of an incarnational missionary is those who bear witness to the good news in their location, vocation, and recreation. We add some more in there as we live life. Sometimes it's in your celebration and in your tribulation. These are going to be words that you're going to hear over and over again. To the point, sometimes we want people to say, here it is again, location, vocation, and recreation. In my celebration, in my tribulation, when times are good and when times are bad, I'm still an incarnational missionary. Incarnational missionary, it is we live a lifestyle where our lives are a platform for the gospel. For some of us, this is very easy because we might be outgoing, outspoken, and we're constantly talking to people. For others of us, it might come through ways to serve other people, ways to gather other people, that people might be able to see, hear, and feel the heart of the gospel in you and through you. When we talk about location, vocation, and recreation, location, where you live, what's your neighborhood? Where do you spend most of your time? Now it even challenges me. I think about my neighbors and how I can be a good witness to them. Sometimes this might look like cutting their grass. And if you know about edging the curb, you might just keep on going with your weed eater one day. Or it might be paying attention to when their children's birthdays are, or around the holidays, inviting them over, or either getting them gifts, small things that let people who are around you, lets them know that you are a believer and that you're thinking about them. When I think about location, that could be one thing. Maybe you might be the person to have that neighborhood cookout, that block party that's going to invite a lot of people. Because as we do those acts of love, those acts of service, it really does invite people to be able to get a sense of what Christian community looks like. So for incarnational missionary, first think about your location. Where do you live? Secondly, think about your vocation. Where do you work? Now, if you have a job, typically if it's a full-time job, you're probably spending 40 to 50 hours there. You're probably spending a lot of time with people, and you get to know people. You end up sharing in life experiences. You all end up being good friends, and some of my father's best friends came from those that he worked with for 35 years. And so there are some people where just your job is an opportunity for you to not just get to know people, but for you to make an impact. Maybe you're saying, okay, I work from home. Most likely, if you work from home, you still work for a company, and you probably still have a team. And if that's not the case, your location and your recreation are going to be the ones that you're going to emphasize the most. Maybe you're saying, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Let me tell you, the few times I had to be just at home with the kids by myself, it made me respect the homemaker, the mother, the stay-at-home mom, the homeschool teacher, all of those categories made me respect it at another level. But here's also what I've seen. And I want to share just some praise reports and some things I've seen some other folks do. Some stay-at-home moms, I mean, they have been able to get other young mothers together for Bible studies, sharing in their experiences of what it looks like to parent and birth children. And I've seen mothers begin to go to the gym together, and it's just a beautiful moment. And so even your vocation might not be a traditional thing, but whatever it is that you spend majority of your life doing is a platform for the gospel. Then I want to talk about your recreation. This is probably my favorite. All of us, we should be having fun. We should be having fun. It should be something that you are very interested in, that attracts and invites other people to be a part of. And so the way I look at it is, where are you having fun? And that could be exercise. That could be going to the gym. That could be a hobby. It could be painting. It could be poetry. Whatever it is, it could be a variety of things. But oftentimes, we are not experiencing the fullness of God when we're not having fun anywhere. I know y'all like, all right, Pastor, you're tripping. Listen, I really do believe that when you have margin in your life, you will have time to do things that you enjoy and things that energize you. Here's the secret. What you enjoy and what energizes you, I'm pretty sure some other people will enjoy too. I love playing basketball. You guys have heard me talk about it several times. I love playing basketball. Here's the secret though. I am not a basketball player. I wouldn't say that I'm good at it. I am competitive. I'm athletic. It gives me a place for competition and camaraderie, but also it gives me a place where I can share with other men all the time. And I see these men more than I see a lot of people that go to my church Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. And we've been able to build bonds. I've been able to go through Bible studies with some of these men, baptize some of them, officiate weddings, Christian babies, and dedicate their babies and whatnot. So your recreation, where do you play? Where do you have fun? These are places you want to tap into. And just for some bonus content, let's talk about your celebration and your tribulation. There are times in life when things are going really, really well and you're having fun, or you're having a child's birthday party, or you're having a birthday party. Maybe you're hitting one of those decade years or something like that, or maybe it's a holiday. Those moments of celebration, there are a lot of people that are sad and lonely, and people are looking for good people to be around. So sometimes your celebration moments are great spaces to invite people to be a part of. And then your tribulation. Oftentimes when we're going through hard times or going through struggles and life, or what they say, life be lifing. Sometimes you'll go through those moments and it can seem very, very difficult. But normally there's other people who are going through it that might not have the hope and the faith that you have, and them seeing you go through something and still keep your faith. They're going to learn healthy coping mechanisms, but also what the journey of faith looks like. And so as incarnational missionaries, we're basically saying our life is a platform for God to speak through. And you can find those different ways. We have been practicing, telling people and encouraging people. You'll see these things around your VIP card, your VIP list. And when you think about those things, who are people that God has put in your pathway that you should be interacting with, that you could be praying for on a regular basis? Because let me tell you, when somebody from your VIP list, somebody from your neighborhood, somebody from your place of recreation or vocation, when they catch on fire for the Lord, when they begin to get excited about faith, I promise you, this will be one of the most rewarding things you will ever experience. So look, maybe you got some ideas. Maybe you have some testimonies or some praise reports of how being an incarnational missionary has been great for you. please share it. Put it in the comments. Share it with somebody else and say, hey, this is what I'm doing and this is what's working. Or maybe you have a question. We'll love to dig deeper in this. So look, let's be revived lives, active to glorify God. Look forward to sharing the next one with you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, we want you to do a few things. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this with somebody else. There might be somebody else that's looking for some good Christ-centered content, and then you could be a small part of God's big plan to get the good news out to as many people as possible.